Hi everyone. Hi Yusuf. Hi Imran. I'm so sorry if I'm murdering your names, but hi everyone. It is a sunny day in Paris, so good afternoon. We're just gonna wait for 2 to 3 minutes before we get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, a very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the MSc&T Cybersecurity Program webinar. I'm Shruti Sriram, and I'm in charge of the promotion activities of our Master's and Bachelor's programs at École Polytechnique. Joining me today, we have the Program Directors of Cybersecurity. So, Directors, if you could please introduce yourself.
Yes, so my name is Thomas Clausen. I'm one of the co-directors for this program.
And hi, I'm Olivier Blazy. I'm the other co-director of the program.
Perfect. Thank you. And just to let you all know, we hope that we have covered all the information that you would be needing in this presentation. But any question you have with respect to university, student life, campus, program content, please do not hold back. This is your chance to ask your questions live to the program directors and to me if you have any questions pertaining again to student life and to campus. So please do not hesitate. You can use the Q&A button and you can send us your questions. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I've put up a small statistic here that says 50% of students who studied abroad went on to perform better academically, and about 97% of them found their employment within 1 year after graduation. So this statistic is a powerful testament to the positive impact that studying abroad can have on you. It shows that it can help you gain new exposures, help you explore new cultures, but also help you get a competitive edge in any environment that you're in, be it a classroom or a professional environment. We've seen why you should study abroad. Let's see why you should choose Paris to do so. So, as you can see, France is among the leading countries in the world today, seventh in economic power and second in Europe in terms of GDP. As you can see, according to it is also the third best country to study abroad and second favorite for recruiters. We have a lot of Nobel laureates and 15 field medals. And in France, Paris should be your top choice of city for your master's education, because Paris is not just a tourist city, but it is also a beautiful student city. You're going to have free access to a lot of museums, cultural sites, free libraries all over the cities. And you're also going to have student menu in any restaurant that majority of the restaurants that you go to. So a lot of companies are located in Paris as well, in France. So Paris should be your top choice of city for your master's education. So to sum up, why study in Paris or in France? Many English taught programs, so your degree is going to be recognized worldwide. You're going to get high quality education, especially in fields such as science, technology, computer science, AI. You have very good return of investment and good value for money. You're going to have a unique student experience with the help of the French lifestyle, and you have a lot of opportunities to study, to stay after your graduation. Now, we always get a lot of questions about the stay opportunities after a student graduates, and we've put up a specific slide for this towards the end of the presentation. So I'm going to talk more there. A little bit about us, about École Polytechnique. École Polytechnique was created in 1794, so we've got a long history behind us. We're situated right in the south of Paris, near a beautiful region called Versailles, with a campus that stretches over 160 hectares. We've got a lot of big alumni behind some major scientific and tech breakthroughs. And the reason behind this is the fact that we're always consistently ranked on the top. As you can see, École Polytechnique is first and second in France in terms of engineering technology, computer science, and mathematics, and again, leading in terms of the world rankings. We also go by the name IP Paris, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. Again, ranked on the top in France and in the world for QS World University rankings and in terms of employer reputation. So this is because of our three main values, which, as you can see, excellence, accessibility, and human scale. At École Polytechnique, we strive for excellence with our multidisciplinary program. We're also highly accessible. We have a non-biased application approach, and we really are open to all students around the world, anybody that's passionate and interested. Human scale, we have a low student to faculty ratio, and we do this to make sure that students have easy access to our professors. If you've ever visited our website, you would see these three words pasted on all nook and corners, which is education, research, and innovation, our three main pillars. Education, we offer multidisciplinary scientific programs. You're going to see more information on the program content and structure, but you will see that we have something called humanities, sports. These are subjects that are mandatory in all our programs outside the scope of what you just choose to study. For example, if you choose cybersecurity, you're not just studying about cybersecurity, but you have mandatory sports and humanities to help you keep it multidisciplinary. As of today, we have 3,900 students and 501 researchers. In terms of research, we offer pure and applied sciences with over 23 laboratories all around the campus. And we are in tune with our students and labs when it comes to innovation. We have got 400 plus startups created since 2010. I'm going to show you a picture of our campus towards the end of the presentation. It's an aerial view of our campus, and you will see that we have a building called the Drahi X Innovation Center, which is again an innovation center founded by our very own students. So this goes on to say that we have no limits, be it in space, be it in politics, be it in Nobel Prize or the CAC 40. CAC 40 is something that we have in France. That is, I think, something similar to the top 40 companies in terms of stock market in France, if I'm not wrong. So yeah. We offer programs from the bachelor to lifelong education, which is executive education. So we've got programs in the Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, and PhD. And today we're going to be talking about the Master of Science and Technology programs. We've got 5 themes, 13 programs. As you can see, economics, data science, environment, artificial intelligence, and computer science. We have 2 programs in computer science, namely Internet of Things, Innovation and Management, and Cybersecurity. And today we're going to be talking about the MSc&T Cybersecurity program. To sum up, what makes us unique? We're a small cohort, as you can see, between 5 to 25 students, and we do this to make sure that students have easy access to their professors. We work with the best students, and we want to give them the best experiences. Our trainings are highly multidisciplinary in nature. Again, they are very practical. You have an internship at the end of each year in your master's program. Again, something that the directors are going to be able to shed more light on, and hands-on experience and industry collaboration. So if you've ever visited our website, you would see that we have multiple partners listed under academic partners and industrial partners. We do this to make sure that our students are able to attend a lot of conferences, scientific workshops, basically trying to develop your professional standing, not just from a classroom, but also through such activities. So in computer science, we're going to be talking about cybersecurity. And right now, I'm going to leave the stage to the directors to talk about the program content.
Okay, let's say that I'm going to start. So hi everyone. So yes, of course, it's going to be a MSc in cybersecurity. And so the goal of this MSc is to bring you to be a future professional in cybersecurity. And for this, you're going to combine three main skills. First, we're going to try to give you a high-level understanding of everything that is cybersecurity. And so you will not become a specialist of everything, but at least you will know how it works and what are the key challenges surrounding it. Then on various topics, we're going to try to give you concrete operational skills. This means that you should be able to work directly in cybersecurity and do stuff concretely yourself. So you will have a general understanding, and on some specific topics, you're going to be very good at it and already ready for work on this. And then cybersecurity is the field that constantly evolves. And so we're going to try to explain you what are the main roles in cybersecurity, who is going to lead the project, how it's going to work, how people are going to interact with each other on this. And so for this, we're going to have you interact with, of course, academic person, but also real person in the industry that are going to explain the job, how they became, they arrive at this position, and try to give you concrete example of this. And so the MSc in itself is going to be a mix of classical lecture, of real case studies with people that are going to come and explain what they did in their current job, and also internships so that you can put into practice what you learned and sharpen your skills. So Thomas, if you want to do the first year.
Oh, sure. So the first year you're building on hopefully what background you already have, but we are trying to give you an even more in-depth understanding of, let's say, the three sort of fundamental pillars that you might encounter in cybersecurity: construction of secure systems, maintenance of secure systems once constructed, when they're faced with ever and change. A bit of an idea, although that system does not work when you have been attacked and the attack has succeeded. So those things will be introducing them, and then we'll go more in depth in the second year with that. So you can see some of the courses that are listed here. Computer networking fundamentals and network security obviously are important because our systems, the way that systems are being attacked is in a large proportion by way of the internet. There's be something about cryptology, because that is one of the ways in which we render information that has been leaked when our computers have been attacked. We render that information unexploitable to a third party. And we'll also be looking at the architectures and operating systems and what really can go wrong in such a construction. What are the different ways in which a malicious program, once it gets to your computer, can then wreak havoc on your computer. And then we'll be looking a little bit more at also some of the things we can do to prevent having software with errors in it. What are the processes and methods for ensuring that? That involves both some technical tools, but also introduce some governance tools. So we'll be looking a little bit at how you can put in procedures and processes for maintaining your system development secure. I often say that more than 90% of cyber attacks that give rise to data exfiltration are attacks against a vulnerability that's been known for more than a year. and for which a countermeasure already exists. And so the fact that these attacks can succeed is because there are not management processes and organizational processes in place that takes care of making sure that you have an inventory and processes in place for updating the software. So during this first year, we'll touching upon a little bit about the governance and the technical aspects. We'll touch upon the 3 pillars of construction of systems, maintenance systems, and what happens once a system is being compromised. And then, of course, in parallel to all this, there will be a lot of discussions on management, and there'll be some languages. You, of course, all need to learn Danish when you come there, right, Olivier? Right, Shruti? No, okay, so French then. You have to learn a little bit of French, but you might learn Danish as well. Do some sports and culture and so on. And then, of course, at the end of your first year, you'll be an internship. And that internship will happen either in a research or operational facility. And the topic will be something around cybersecurity. And we have, of course, assistants to help you find internships and hopefully interesting internships that will be related to that field. Next, Ruti.
Okay, and so once you've done your internship, you're going to come back for the second year. And the idea of the second year is to build on what you learned before and try to get you interested in various specific fields of cybersecurity. So I'm not going to go through everything, but you will see various things around system security and especially embedded system, because it's a particular space where you have some additional constraints that exist. Stuff around reverse engineering and pen testing to see the security of something that you are not necessarily directly responsible of building initially. And so try to understand how something works and what security is coming from this and how you can attack it to better secure it. Then you're going also to study digital forensics, so that when given a system and see that there's an attack, try to do a post-mortem analysis to understand what happened in order to better secure it later. Of course, now you cannot learn anything in computer science without speaking about AI. And so you're going to study AI in the field of cybersecurity. So how can you use AI to enhance cybersecurity? And what are the risks linked to using AI? And so see how you can have an interaction on this and see that not everything is good in AI for cybersecurity, but part of it can be used to increase cybersecurity or increase your pen testing abilities. We're also going to speak a little about certification, and so ISO 20001 and 5, just so that you see the big general aspect on how cybersecurity is handled in terms of management and in terms of policies. And also speak about incident response, because whatever system you build, one day or another, there's going to be an attack against it. And so what are the good things that you can do to react, and what is completely dangerous? And so through all of this, you're going to have a transfer project, because speaking about cybersecurity without any practical application is really a bad thing. And so you will be able to take all those knowledge and use them. And then later on, you're going to go to an internship that's going to be a bit longer, so that you can put that into practice and try to find where you want to go later on, whether it's industry, research, or government agency. Okay.
Yes, so in order to apply for a cybersecurity program, I often say that I don't think we'll disagree that a good cybersecurity expert is first and foremost a good computer scientist. So we expect you have an IT or IT-related background. It can be pure computer science, but it can also be applied mathematics, engineering, electronics, as long as there's a sufficient computer science background in it. And of course, there are also other fields where that might be found, such as computational chemistry or bioinformatics, etc., etc. So if you feel you have those backgrounds, then you should, of course, feel free to apply, and we'll be able to add the cybersecurity aspects on top of that computer science background you already have. Now, it may also be that you did something completely different. You did a bachelor's in astronomy, for example, but you have been doing a lot of computer programming since your bachelor's and a lot of computer science since then, and have acquired those skills without any formal qualification in it. And if that's the case, then you should also feel free to apply to the program. We will, of course, verify whether or not we believe that your skills are sufficient. We don't want to admit students into the program if you know you're not going to succeed or you're going to have a hard time. And that might include also that we'll talk to you about some of that during the interview process. If your application somehow gives rise to questions, we might invite you to an interview for clarifying some of those things. And that can be, for example, verify if your prerequisites in computer science are sufficient. I just want to take this opportunity again to say, if you have any questions, in the 3 little dots on the bottom of your screen, there should be a Q&A section. Do not hesitate to add those, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. Olivier?
Yeah, and once you're done with this, of course, our goal is to bring you to be ready to join the field of cybersecurity. And cybersecurity has lots of jobs and with very different profiles. You can prefer to test the security of a system and so become a penetration tester. And so it's the ethical hacker mindset. But you can also be someone who prefer to be in charge and conceive the system and try to see how they're going to interact with each other. And so that's more the chief information security officer or the SecOps architect. And you can try to do a mix of everything where you're going to do some consultancy in cybersecurity. You can prefer to, you might also not want to build a system, but try to help people once they've been on attack. In this case, you're more going to go to the route of a digital forensic investigator or examiner. So your job is going to try to understand how the system was supposed to work, understand why now it's not working, what kind of attack happened, and how to prevent that in the future. But basically, all the jobs are new jobs in cybersecurity, and like 15, 20 years ago, most of them didn't really exist in this form. And what you should be ready is, in fact, to build your own career and build your own job. And those are things that are going to exist in 2 years, but maybe in 10, 15 years, they are going to be completely redistributed differently. And so the goal of the program is really to give you all the tools so that you can build your future career and build the kind of jobs that you really want to have.
Perfect. Thank you, directors. That was wonderful. I'm just going to take the stage a little bit to talk about student life and campus. So as you can see, we have accommodation on campus. So it's going to be 5 minutes away from your classes. You have individual rooms and shared rooms. And when I say shared rooms, you will be sharing your kitchen. Your living room and your restroom is still going to be separate. Some of our students can apply for it on our website. You're going to have large communal spaces, your own studios, co-working spaces, all that you would need in your student life. The rent is going to be about 570 euros or 575 euros, if I'm not wrong. And you're going to have a little support for the rent from the government. It's something called CAF. This is something that I'm going to be talking about in my slide where I talk about the tuition fees. As for student support and campus life, for student support, you have something called the basics. So the basics is basically a team of about 4 people. They're going to meet you on your day 1 as soon as you reach the campus. So the main goal behind this basics team is basically it's a unit dedicated to help international students with their administrative activities like opening a bank account, getting a SIM card, visa, health insurance, and social security. Basically all administrative activities. Anytime you need support or help with respect to such things, you can always hit them up. As for career center, we also have a career center on campus. If I'm not wrong, I think they're situated near the Jahi Innovation building that I was talking about earlier, but I don't know if they have changed the location. Basically, the goal of the career center, as the name might suggest, is to help you with your job search and your internship search. They're going to help you tune your resume according to different positions, maybe even help translate your resume into French if that's needed for the position that you're applying, etc., etc. So they're going to be right there to support you with your internship search. As for campus life, so we have something called mocks. So at École Polytechnique, we have a student organization for every level of education that we have. So we have one for the bachelor's, we have one for civil engineer, and similarly, we have one for the master's. The one for the master's, as you can see, is called mocks. So what the mocks does is basically they go around all year long organizing events. So they organize academic events, social events, cultural events. They're pretty fun. They're very interesting. They have their own social media. They have their own email as well. So if you want to chat with them, talk with them, and know how you can join the team or what they do, you can always hit them up. They're very responsive. You also have 200 plus student clubs. You have a lake on campus. I have a slide with an aerial picture, aerial view of the campus, and I'm going to show you our lake in the picture. We have a museum and library. So museum, again, to showcase our long history, and a library that's right on top of the museum. You have your traditional campus facilities like restaurants, food trucks, a cafeteria, um, auditoriums, etc. And we have 17 sporting facilities. As for the sports, these are the infrastructures that you can see on the left, and these are the activities, the 17 sporting activities that you see on the right. Be it badminton, parachute, football, or kickboxing, judo, and diving. Ecole Polytechnique is very particular about sports. It's going to be a mandatory part of your program. If I'm not wrong, I think when I was in touch with the MSc students, they said that they do sports 2 days a week. Monday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Thursday, or Friday, I'm not sure. So you have 2 days of sports. This is to make sure that we help you with your team spirit, with your being, to help you maybe be a team leader or a team player or whatever it is, to keep you motivated all throughout your program. As for employment, now I know that we spoke about employment earlier, so you saw the kind of positions that you can go into if you do the MSc&T cybersecurity program. This slide is more for all our MSc&T programs. So for the totality of the MSc&T, the 13 programs, so as you can see, 71% of our students receive an offer before they graduate, and these are the majority of the industries that they usually go towards. So consulting, banking, finance, IT, media, and environment and energy. We have a separate web page just to talk about graduate statistics and employment on our website, so feel free to check that out as well. As for the application process, so it's pretty simple, 3 main steps. Pre-selective process is going to be making sure that you have a bachelor degree, again, as the director said, maybe from an IT background, or the backgrounds that they were specifically talking about, and to make sure that you also have a strong English level, because we will be needing an English language certificate. So if you make sure that you have these two, you then reach the online application step. So in order to apply, you will need to fill out the documents that you see on your screen in the center. So for the transcripts, feel free to share all your transcripts from your previous post-secondary education, including any exchange programs if you've done. And if you're currently finishing your bachelor degree, make sure, or your engineering program, make sure to put your enrollment certificate, and then you can give us your final certificates as soon as you receive them. For your reference letters, we will also need the contact details of 2 referees. One of them should be a professor at your current institution or previous institution, and the other one can either be another professor, or it can be a manager or supervisor from your last internship or job experience, if you have any. For the reference letters, you will find a section in the application form in which you can fill out the contact details of the referees. They are going to be sent an email to complete the references, and you will be automatically notified once it's done. So it's pretty simple, right through our application portal. As for the personal statement, we do request a very specific format, and we advise you to try to stick to it as much as possible, because we will not be accepting a statement that you've written on your own without answering the questions that we have asked in the personal statement. I can give you a few examples of what questions might be asked. Maybe something like, explain your motivation behind why you want to join the program. What are your interests in the subjects for which you have applied? So if it's for the cybersecurity program, why you're interested in cybersecurity? What are your career goals and plans, maybe in the next 3 years or 5 years? Try to be as specific as you can. The goal is not for you to write what you think will look good on paper, but for you to show us who you truly are, and for us to see what motivates you to join the program. So that's your personal statement. We will also need your resume or CV. Try to keep it as concise as possible, written in English, 2 pages maximum. You will need to include your current situation, all of your previous work experiences, academic background, any personal projects that you've done that's related to the program, your extracurricular activities. Feel free to put them all in your CV. As the program is in English, as I mentioned before, we will also be needing an English language certificate. Now, we accept IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge English test. We accept all three of them. For IELTS and TOEFL, we have specific scores that you will need to meet in each section. I can tell you the scores if you want right now in this presentation. You also have them listed on our website, so feel free to check that out. So the test needs to be taken less than 2 years ago. If you do not have the test when you're applying for the program, you can always give us the proof of enrollment, and then you can give us the final scores when you have them. So, and then at last you have the application fee, 90 euros. This is going to be for up to 2 programs. And then you have the interview. So if your file is complete and within the deadlines and you are admissible according to the jury, you will be interviewed by a jury that that consists of the program directors and the MSc&T admissions team. The interview is going to be for about 20 to 30 minutes. But again, this may take 2 weeks. It may take us 2 weeks after you submit your application for us to inform you about the admissibility results. The interview is going to be in English. We advise that you try to prepare for it in advance as much as possible, and be ready for questions about your scientific culture, your motivation, again, why you want to join the program, your academic and professional background. Feel free to research about the program as much as possible. Get in touch with current students or alumni from before. Find out more about their experiences and maybe try to get some tips for the interview. The goal is to go further than the application file for us to get to know you better, see if your motivation fits the program requirements, if it's really strong. And yeah, to see if you're a good fit for the program, to see if we're a good fit for you, to see if you're a good fit for us. As for the fees, so the fees ranges from 14,000 to 24,000 per year. I would advise that you check the website for the exact amount because it differs based on our program. We have a lot of financial opportunities for students. So you have something called merit-based scholarships and need-based scholarships. We also have, with the help of École Polytechnique Foundation, 0% interest loans. You can apply for scholarships in the same portal that you send us your application. And CAF. So this is something that I was talking about earlier when I was talking about accommodation. So CAF is something sort of like a government support for paying your rent. So if you're a student residing in France, you will receive support from the government to pay your rent every month. The amount can be from about 150 euros to 200 euros. You will need to apply for it as soon as you reach France and you start studying. So feel free to check that out again on the I think you can run a simulation online as well just to see how much you will receive. So feel free to check that out on the CAF website. And apart from these scholarships with École Polytechnique, you have other scholarship opportunities with Campus France. If you've not heard of Campus France before, Campus France is sort of an agency for international students studying in France. There is a website for each country that you're in. For example, there's a Campus France office in India. So wherever you're from, feel free to get in touch with them. Check out their website for more details. Even on our own website, you will see that there are scholarships for students from Brazil, Singapore, Colfuturo. You have US as well. So feel free to, again, collect information on this. As for the admission calendar, we are on the last round of the admissions for this year. Feel free to check out our website. You have the QR code right there on how you need to apply and where you can apply. Pretty much the information that I spoke about just now. The deadline for this round, the final round, is March 9th. That is next week. So yes, the clock is ticking. So this is something that I was talking about earlier. Again, the stay period after you graduate. So if you finish your program and you choose to stay in France and look for a job, you can reside as a job seeker or entrepreneur for up to 1 year. If you choose to leave France during this period, look for a job and then come back, you have something called the VLSTS, which lasts up to 4 years after you leave France. So this is something called the Visa Étudiant Long Term. And again, this goes up to 4 years. You can also apply for French citizenship. Another great benefit is that if you do a master's program in a higher education for about institution for 2 years, you just need to work 2 years after you graduate, and then you can apply for the French citizenship. Again, this includes exemptions and conditions depending maybe on your nationality and several other factors. So feel free to check out the Campus France website for more information on this. But this is usually the general overview. And as promised, here's the aerial view of our beautiful green campus. Not sure if you can see my cursor clearly, but that's the lake that I was talking about earlier. So a very fun place all throughout the year, except for in the winter, because sometimes the lake is frozen. But people usually go rowing here. There's always barbecues happening all the time. People just take their lunches middle of the day just to sit by the lake and have them. I'm one of those people. So it's very fun. This brown building that you see over here, yellow brown, not sure of the color, is the Drahi X Innovation Center. So it's an innovation center founded by our very own students. The curved building that you see here is going to be the building where you're going to have majority of your sporting facilities and gyms. The round buildings are going to be your on-campus accommodations. And this right here, the gray building, is going to be your main campus. So this is where you have your cafeteria, your restaurant, your library, museum, auditoriums, but also the place where majority of your classes are going to take place. You also have your salon. So you have a hair salon in the campus, and you have a postal service as well, something that I forgot to mention. The postal is located in the main building, and the hair salon is located near Drahi X. So yeah, that's about it. We have reached the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. We are here to support and guide you, so no judgments. Feel free to shoot them. I'm not able to see WebEx, so
Well,
do
if
we
you have
have
questions, please add them in the Q&A. I can see some of you are trying to raise hands and other stuff. Please add your questions to the Q&A in writing, and we'll address them there. The three little dots in the bottom of your screen. Click on that, and then there should be a Slido polling and Q&A session you could get into, and there you can add the questions.
any questions about the campus, student life, program, modules? If there's no questions, that's a good sign as well. I take it as a good
Yes.
sign.
There's one question that came: is this an apprenticeship program or not? No, it is not. It is not apprenticeship. It's full-time studying. And that's the only question so far.
Okay. Well, if there's no other questions, then bravo to us. And if you do have any questions after this meeting, please do not worry. You can always go on our website and just contact us. You have the contact us button right on the home screen, so you do not have to search anywhere. You can also follow us on social media. You can ask your questions there, or you can email us at gdadmissions@polytechnique. So that's about it, and hopefully I see you all soon here. Thank you, directors, for a wonderful presentation, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye-bye.